Hey everyone, Matt here, Home Farm Ideas, and today we're going to talk about how to cut your holes in the top of your IBC totes. There's specific ways that you want to do it so that you keep the structural integrity of the IBC tote. At least that's my opinion on it. And so obviously I already cut it, but I'm going to recap it and basically show you guys exactly how I did it and why I did it the way I did it. So let's get to it. Okay, so these are some of the tools you're going to need for this project. Actually, this is all the tools you're going to need for this project. You're going to need a jigsaw and basically use that to cut the edges. And you're also going to need a drill with a drill bit to actually drill into the corners of your IBC tote. Then you can actually follow the lines and cut around it. You're going to need obviously a blade. I used a metal blade for mine because it seemed to cut really well through the plastic. You're also going to need a marker or a pencil. And then last but not least, not for leveling purposes, but just something that has a straight edge, you're going to need a level or a straight edge. And basically I use that to mark my edges and then go ahead and cut. So that's all the tools you're going to need for this project. So let's start marking out some spots and cut into some of this plastic. And like I said, I already cut this one out, but I could show you how I did it with this top. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now a couple things I wanted to point out before I started. If you look right here, you could see the little pilot hole that I drilled right there. Okay. So that's kind of important because, well, it's important obviously because you want to keep it to where you can cut straight lines basically. As straight as possible. These are not perfect, you guys, but you don't have to be. But if you look, I don't know if you could see this. See how it's rounded? Okay, so at the top of that roundedness or that round piece, you have this basically point, okay? And so basically that point with that roundedness right here that goes up, there's structural integrity right here. There's this rounded part actually gives this whole container basically structural integrity. And so I opted to basically keep that. Now if you didn't, let's say you decided you wanted to cut one of these layers down here, that's fine too. But just know before you fill it up, make sure it's in the cage and push down, because if you fill it up while it's not in the cage, it'll just pop open and basically water will go everywhere. It'll be the same for it this way as well, but I don't know what I want to do, so less is more basically. So I'm gonna basically just take off the top for my sump and my fish tank as well, which is right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark it out, show you how I did it, and then do a little bit of cutting. So, all right, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to make our line using the tote and this level. That's basically how I did it. You can put it in between these bars here, and you can use that to give you a straight line. So we're going to go ahead and do that straight line. Okay, so I got my hand drill, and I got my drill bit. I'm using a 3/16. Let's go ahead and put that on, and we're going to go ahead and drill just 2 pilot holes here. You want to do it nice and slow too, because you want to make sure that you get some clean holes. Okay, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and let's get the jig in here and let's cut it. All right, so that pilot hole is a little too small for this blade, but what you do is you just tilt the jig up like this, and then you start it, and as you start, you kind of work your way down and into the plastic. So let's see if I can do this. I'm using a camera, so bear with me. Almost at it. And there you go. See? So now, what you do is you just follow that red line. Now, I won't make you guys suffer through the rest of that, but that's the gist of it. You just cut those straight lines, do the curve here, and all the way around. And then you have your top. Okay, and so now, basically what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to clean up the edges here from all these plastic burrs. I don't know if you guys can see that. But anyways, so basically all I do is I just kind of start at one end and kind of go down like that. Okay. Which faces all of them. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, you guys are going to need a file. But anyway, yeah, so I just kind of brush them all down from there. Then I just kind of scrape them. All right, so there we go. Normally you don't want to cut it over the, cut the top off with water in it. I already had water in it, and like I said, I had to revisit it to basically show you guys how I cut the tops as best I can. But yeah, this is my sump tank, and I'm going to fish out all these little pieces of plastic. There's not a lot in here, but anyway, I'm going to fish all those out. Luckily they float, so I'm going to get all that out, and that's how you cut the IBC tote. That's how I do it. Remember, I try to keep the structural integrity by leaving these rounded edges. So anyway, God bless you guys like always, and peace. Thank you guys so much for watching our video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button to get all our video updates. Oh yeah, we do have other channels now, so please check them out. Like always, God bless.